Hello YouTube, we've got a YouTube exclusive here for you. We're going to be playing probably Obosh Red Midrange just to get ourselves warmed back up into Magic. It's been a little while. So what were we doing? Well, we were working to make ourselves valuable, skills increasing and upskilling and things like that at work in hopes that we would make ourselves useful there. And while we did, and we were on some really great projects and stuff, we unfortunately got one of those, as many have seen, layoffs, and we are one of those that were impacted. So the wife and I doing what we can, definitely doing some searches and stuff like that. As a side effect of my available time, though, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys some content. So if you're interested in supporting and watching, that would be great. And there will be other ways to support as there were before, and we'll be getting those ramped back up here in the next few weeks. But wanted to just let you all know what had kind of happened the last few months, what we were trying to do. And unfortunately, the inevitable happened. We were one of those that got laid off. So happy to answer a couple questions in the comments or whatever, but as always, your support's greatly appreciated. I don't say it much, but the subscribe button would be nice to hit, and let us know what we can improve. We've got some extra time to look at these videos or do different deck lists or whatever it may be. So get those suggestions in through the comments down below, and let's not dwell on that. Let's play some Magic. It's been a while. All right, we have ourselves an Obosh Red list. We haven't played really too many Obosh lists. We usually play Red Rage. This is from the MXP Oakland. I think it was like a 20K or something like that. It was recently posted on some of the websites around Magic, and it's been a little bit since we've been focused on Magic content. We've been kind of dabbling as you would if we had a little bit of time. And so I think, being that I am the Red Prison player, the Blood Moons are flowing, red decks and monkeys still existing here in Magic, we figured why not? Let's give this a run, see how it is, see what's happening in the modern meta, and get our feet wet with what's going on. We got to take some notes, make sure we understand what's going on. A deck that's gotten some results, a great way to jump back into Magic if you've taken a hiatus for a little bit. Not a whole lot to talk about. It's a mid-range list. We've got your bolts for interactions and flame slashes. I guess 4 damage is good enough for right now. Got some Ragavans in here, the versatile Bone Crusher Giant, Disruption in the form of Blood Moon, and also sideboard Chalice of the Void. And because it needs to be mentioned, we have good old Obosh here as our companion, which we can bring in and start doing some extra damage if we get Obosh down on the battlefield. List seems pretty solid. It's pretty typical. It's kind of like our Red Rage list. Let's go ahead and get into our matches here. Let's see if I even remember how to get to a match. Looks like we got event tickets. We're out of play points. We'll get those back though. And yeah, let's get things kicked off here. It's been a little while, so if there is a few, shall we say, issues along the way, I apologize. We'll get those ironed out shortly. We're accustomed to recording. We haven't dropped the streaming. It's just been a little bit light these last few months for the obvious reasons mentioned before. We're doing all right, by the way, for anybody that is concerned and stuff. This is a great way to spend some time while waiting for things to come back, and also a great way to reconnect with our community that's been supporting us for the last 5 years. Shout outs to everyone. All right, let's go ahead and play. We gotta declare this Obosh guy, and I think we're good here. We got 3 lands technically with Spikefield and Ragavan. Obviously, the bonus Ragavan when the first one dies, and we're just gonna start things out right here. Just gonna Blood Moon our opponents. Hopefully Blood Moon's still good, you know? People can leave notes in the comments. Let's put Obosh, I gotta remember this. I'm gonna put him a little bit off screen so I can see him. You won't see him, but that'll help me remember that Obosh exists. So we'll see how this goes. Ragavan being played here on turn 1 against our doggo friend, the Spirited Companion. And this feels very familiar. We were doing this with Red Prison before we took a bit of our hiatus and tried to do stuff. And so let's just do the Ragavan Blood Moon on turn 2, right? It's basically like Simeon's Spirit Guide, rip the monkey. It's basically the same thing, right? Totally. Can't kill Yes, you could kill this. And obviously nothing's changed on Magic Online. Opponents are slow. We'll play at our normal clip. Maybe a few times we need to really think about things because that's what Magic does to you. All right, we have a Tangle Pool Bridge. This is an artifact land. We're going to Blood Moon them. Artifact land, blue-green. Can't say I am familiar with what that might be, but hey, Blood Moon is good. Blood Moon will probably prevent something from being played here. Looks like I also have a Memnite here. Maybe a version of Hammer or Affinity going on. So maybe Blood Moon won't be that good. Got a good Fury, though, to follow this up if we need to remove something. We have actually bonus Ragavan if that's the case as well. Keeping the Tangle Pool untapped for our opponent. Springleaf Drum to follow. And yeah, it's some sort of like Affinity deal. Let's go ahead and play our Hazard. Let's swing. This will let us Sokens in if we would like to. We can replay Ragavan if they kill it somehow. Maybe a Galvanic Blast of sorts. We connect, it looks like. Having our own Memnite helps us with the affinity thing if we find it. Darksteel Citadel passed over. We'll just pass the turn. Nothing to do here. And we have nothing that's instant speed, so go to F6. Blue mana for our opponent. Forging the Anchor. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of artifact cards from among them. Put them revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. All right, so we've got things. I think those were artifacts that I just got rid of. That's all right. Who needs to worry about that anyway? All right, yes, definitely some variation of an affinity list here. They can definitely stop Ornithopter. I'm going to play Sokenzen. We're just going to hard cast Fury and clear up some of the things that could kill Ragavan. That way I can attack freely here. I have a Flame Slash to follow up. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 artifacts after this, maybe 4, because I'm going to kill these 2. We're going to leave them with the Ornithopters. I can't imagine we're going to suddenly get hammered from this. They don't have white to put a Sigarda's 8 out there. So this definitely makes me wonder if Affinity is a thing or if we're just running into this. Magic Online's funny like that, and the time of day always does differ what we end up playing against. Doesn't care about Ragavan here. Let's just get an extra mana. And whatever's on top. A Welding Jar. I suppose I can take that. No reason not to. I don't know if we want to Flame Slash here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. We'll have 6, 7, 8 mana. Sojourner and stuff like that. If we kill one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, play 1, 5. We have 4 or 5 mana. I'm going to pass on the Flame Slash here. I have to imagine, being that I've got red mana here, I've got burn, I can get Obosh next turn if things are kind of like not crazy. I've got to assume that I can somehow squeeze through the last 13, especially with Fury just being a very strong and powerful card in terms of damage. A couple Thought Monitors for our opponent here, drawing cards, as does Affinity. Luckily, sideboard-wise, we have some Shattering Sprees, and perhaps this is why. Maybe this kind of list has been making runs around the world. Cranial Plating, Sojourner's Companions here. Puts it on the Ornithopter. This is actually a problem. So it's not the Hammer. It's a Cranial Plating that could get me here. A lot of flyers. 2 Thought Monitors, Ornithopter, Ornithopter. Okay, I can kill 2 things, but I can only kill them at sorcery speed. I'm at 9. Let's attack, leave Memnite back. I'm not wild and crazy, though, about going to get through this. They do block Fury. That'll obviously trade out. We're hoping that something is going to get here with the Ragavan. No dice, though. I think even if I Flame Slash both of these in attack, I think it's a chump, and then they just hit me in the air for plenty. Surprising that they don't block to kill the Fury, but I guess they're afraid of, say, a Bolt. If I kill here, kill here. 1, 2. I block. I think I'm going to just concede here. We're kind of very far behind. Okay. Let's bring these Shattering Sprees. I actually don't mind the Flame Slash. Wondering about the Chalice. We could take a Stone Brain. That's kind of interesting. Bring the Stone Brain in, and on turn 3, exile something like Thought Monitor or the Sojourner. I think Chalice is probably just too slow. It would stop like Ornithopter and Memnites being played. Maybe that's better than perhaps like a Relic. So let's look at what we have. Flame Slash, Lightning Bolts are probably fine. I don't hate Blood Moon, but I don't need maybe all 4 of them. I do have a Magus here too. I might strip that. Then I could do Pyrite, Spell Bombs, Chalices, and Stone Brains. That's 8. Leave. Sorry, I have Shattering Sprees in here and the Flame Slash. So I do this. What if I take the Chalices out? Then I'm 1 off here. Take an extra Blood Moon. They probably have Urza's Saga, right? That would generally make sense in a list like this. This Chalice just feels slow. Chalice stops Welding Jar. That'd be a reason to keep it in. Put it on 0 immediately if I find it. That's tempting. Let's get rid of these. Let's start there. Deal 2 damage to any target feels decent. Stone Brain's maybe a little bit like, if I'm stopping the Sojourner by killing a bunch of stuff anyway, maybe we don't need the Stone Brain. Let's take 1 Chalice out. Let's take, maybe I'll take a pair of Ragavans out. Fast creatures and stuff aren't going to necessarily happen here and get through. Let's go ahead and try this. This is okay. I don't have like a board wipe. Be nice if I had 1 red mana here. It's mulligan, Chalice on 0. Chalice on 0, Pyrite, Spell Bomb. What are we looking at for this list? It was 22, 23, 24 lands. That's decent. 1 lander, though. I'm going to mulligan. Much better hand. Much better. Keep. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep the Blood Moon here. You get rid of the Spell Bomb because I'm going to put the Chalice on 0 or 1. Play Ragavan. And then dig with Pyromancer. Let's do that. This way the Chalice being on 0 feels pretty good. That stops that Welding Jar, making my stuff better when it kills them. We get a Monkey going through here as well. Probably should be leading on Den of the Bugbear, but it won't matter if that's my second land I play. I don't have too many utility lands that I would play otherwise on turn 2. So Ragavan and Chalice here to start things off on game number 2 against our opponent. Down a game. And Blood Moon's really good here against the Saga. 0 protects us. Maybe they'll have a 1-drop to block. It doesn't look like it, though. So we're going to Stone Rain them attack, and it's going to be a great start to game number 2 here. I have to assume, well, they had blue. Maybe they have Force of Negations. But it doesn't appear so. Stone Rain, Blood Moon down. This does help their tap lands, but putting them back on something and then having the ability to probably get the Ragavan through 1 more time would be really good. Haywire Might, that can kill a Blood Moon. That's pretty good. I will probably offer Ragavan up. That would be a reason to put a Chalice on 1. That being said, Blood Moon's probably already done what it needed to. And I will happily trade this right now to keep Blood Moon around to prevent future Urza's Sagas. We'll see if they want to kill Blood Moon, kill the Chalice. They do go after the Chalice. All right, we'll just F6 through this turn. My opponent's got 4 cards. It's not like they're going to dump their hand of a bunch of 0-drops. We just hope there's not too many Welding Jars. There's 1 Ornithopter. That gives them 2 mana. There's another Ornithopter. Gives them still 2 mana. They need 1 extra. Are we going to make blue here? Blue? Blue? We have 4 artifacts for the affinity stuff. Fury's going to help clear some Ornithopters unless they have a way to prevent this. The player land. I'm going to go ahead and pitch here and blow this up. By playing the land here as well, we avoid, what is it, Metallic Rebuke. That's nifty. Get an attack for 2 here. Maybe play Seasoned Pyromancer to follow. Oh, we're going to defend this. Artifact land cycling. You got it. You got it. Go get an artifact land. It's one less creature to worry about as well. Get a bridge, one of those tap lands. It's going to go away here in a second. Attack for 2. Play Seasoned Pyromancer unless they have something real juicy. And hopefully take over this game. I don't think I play Obosh into my hand here, right? Did I not declare Obosh? I don't think I declared Obosh. Wait, I didn't do this because I have Chalice in. That's right. All right. We're remembering how Magic works. Memnite played. Seasoned Pyromancer down. This is the uncut first round of Magic Fluffy's played in quite some time. Come join our learning journey here on the stream on the YouTube channel. All right, Flame Slash is a good removal. We'll pass the turn back to our opponent. Good mental reminder that Obosh, a companion we don't play with too much, has that clause in it that it needs. What is the odds? 1, 3, 5s. Land, drop, hit for 5, put them to 13. We're back at that 13 thing, but we're in a lot better of a position here. Round 2. We'll play a Frogmite here. Super cheap for us because we have artifacts as well. And pass the turn. We can kill some big stuff here, so I think we're in a good spot here to take game 2. Being on the draw game 3 is going to be a little bit rough, but hey, that's what it is. That's what we're going to do. We'll manage. As a Memnite, that's clearly to block Ragavan. They're going to attach Cranial Plate. No, they're going to play... Oh, the Forging Anchor. They're going to get some new cards here. They got all of these. They play Mistveil. They play Spring. This Memnite is tapped. We get a Fable. Let's go ahead and attack. This would definitely be that turn to go grab the Obosh if we had it. I think we're okay. Maybe I'm supposed to kill this Memnite. I don't think it can just one-shot me here with the double cranial plating. Can it? I don't know. Maybe because I have 2 Flame Slashes, I just go ahead and kill this and pass the turn just to avoid something like that happening. Let's not play with fire. We are the red deck. We are the controller of fire. All right, we take game 2. Game 2 seemed to work pretty nicely. There's a Shattering Spree coming as well. Is the Chalice worth the lack of Obosh? Probably. Obviously, I took 2 Ragavans out, but still drew the Ragavan, and that did very, very well. I think we continue that. I like the 3 Blood Moons. My opponent's lands coming into play tapped is still a thing. I think we sideboarded fairly well. Just reading Lantern of the Lost because it's not a card I've played with yet. I think we're pretty sideboarded okay. This Chalice, I think this is going to come down to preference. Because we're on the draw, we could maybe cut 3, bring Blood Moons back in to be reactive, but we're probably not getting a Ragavan to connect, so we need to find Flame Slashes, Lightning Bolts, or Shattering Sprees at the very beginning to clear the way and then get us to the Blood Moon. And if my opponent has an Urza Saga for a little bit there, it's probably a bad thing. Making me kind of want to maybe take like 1 extra Blood Moon, or maybe the Magus is just a little bit better because it avoids the Force of Negation I'm assuming my opponent has. This leaves me with 1 Ragavan, and I think that's maybe okay. I like Seasoned Pyromancer. I like Fable. A lot of their stuff is small. Bone Crusher Giant's probably okay here as well. We'll just take our lumps here, try to win on the draw, and be welcomed back into Magic. Chalice 0 would be nice again. I could also throw this onto 1. We remember the Haywire Might. If I throw it onto 1, though, I am really limiting what I can play. I do have a Blast Zone in this hand, too. Coupled with the Blood Moon, maybe I don't play the Blood Moon immediately and try to use Blast Zone on 1 or 0. Sorry, on 1. Can't be on 0 unless I Blood Moon. They remove Blood Moon, then I play Blast Zone with 0 counters on it. This comes in with 1, right? Yeah. Comes in with 1. We're ironing this out. We got this. Opponent mulls to 5. That's maybe the best thing that we could have seen. We do have a Saga. Our Blood Moon is too late. Springleaf Drum, a 0-drop. No 0-drop. I think I put this Chalice on 0 just to avoid a 0-drop here. Maybe they were like holding the Ornithopter, wanting to untap and have extra mana rather than exposing it immediately to a bolt. So let's go ahead and throw that Chalice down. We got the Spikefield Hazard as well. If my opponent taps in a certain way that maybe Haywire Might's not a thing, I could do that. Obviously no Ragavan this time around. Okay, let's go ahead and hide the Blast Zone. Just leave Spikefield Hazard up. Obviously too late for the Urza Saga, but that's maybe okay. They just go get a 1-drop, right? 1 or 0. They could go get a 0 that gets around this. Maybe they get... no, it can't get Engineered Explosives. Maybe they get Haywire Might. They do. Here's this whole like tapping out. While they're done this, let's go ahead and kill Haywire Might so it's gone. And now I can follow up with a Blood Moon if I want to. Their mana is kind of funky, so maybe I don't this time. Maybe I wait for the Urza Saga to show up. Good timing on that, getting our reflexes back. It's always good to practice. There's Tangle. Thought Monitor, Cranial, and Frogmite. Let's play a Fable here in pass turn. We need to dig a little bit and probably need to find some removal at this point. I forget if these lose indestructible when I play Blood Moon. We decide not to play Blood Moon to give us a little bit of time here. Cranial Plating, Frogmite. We have a defending 2/2 here. This can play Thought Monitor now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Equip. Okay. Draw a land. I'm going to pitch some stuff. I think I'm going to pitch the land. And I want to do Seasoned Pyromancer because I can follow with another Fable. Let's do that. Ooh, okay. I really, honestly don't remember, but I think the proper thing to do here is to attack and just wipe the board of the stuff that's out there, rather than to try to get some lands here as well. Sorry, I need 3. If I play Blood Moon here, like... I know they're artifacts. I'm trying to remember if they have the Indestructible. I want to go look it up, but I think I'm going to just remember here. If I don't play Blood Moon here, I have the ability to use Blast Zone more effectively, and this allows me to keep the treasure token. Yeah, let's do this. Let's replicate twice here. Maybe this is too early. This feels pretty good, though. I'm not going to lie. And we're going to play... Let's play the Blast Zone down in pass turn. Thinking about playing the Spikefield Hazard just to get more red and all, and since it's a tap land. That was good for us. Very good turn. All right, this flips. We get another creature, technically. I play a land. We play the Fable. Leave ourselves Spikefield Hazard. Attack for 2. I actually don't think I'm playing this Blood Moon. I don't think I'm going to, because it will make their lands untapped and they're still artifacts. It would prevent blue here, but I think my opponent's far enough behind that it doesn't bother me. The other thing it would prevent is green if they have another Haywire Might. Let's hold the Blood Moon, but discard Mountain and Spikefield Hazard. We'll ignore the Thought Monitor. We don't care about that anymore. And we're hitting for 6. Just kidding. We're hitting for 8. Hit him for 8. We got the bolt. We're in great shape here. Maybe I'll get something off them. I've got a lot of artifacts. It's easy to just slam a whatever. Oh, no, I don't have Ragavan. What am I talking about? Hit something off them. I can play the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens out of the yard. I think we've grabbed this one from this Affinity player. We stole it, I think. Took it there, a timely shattering spree, getting the MVP, if you will. Not trying to do the Blood Moon. We'll look it up, and we'll have an answer for you in the next one. Don't go anywhere. Match 2 is up next. All right, we're back for game or match number 2. Let's go ahead and queue up. And yes, because it's a static ability of the rules text, Blood Moon will remove that. It won't remove it will remove the land types, but it won't remove the artifact type. Because it'll make everything a mountain, but it won't remove the land type being artifact. And then it does remove the indestructible. But I think the timing of the Shattering Spree set our opponent back, and the fact that Blood Moon would make things come into play untapped is probably a good place to play it. We also had the Blast Zone in play. So, match 1, good result. Definitely off of the back of a list that has proven itself not to necessarily our own personal skills. But we'll get those tuned up. We'll get making sure that we're not playing too incorrectly here. And we'll keep learning it as we do on this channel to be a better Magic player. Let's get this match 2 underway, and let's see if we can get some of those play points so that we can so we don't have to pay for our leagues. That's kind of important right now, right? It's kind of an important thing, wouldn't you think? All right, where you at, opponent? Let's go, match 2. There we go. Not too much waiting. Pizza Pie Bob. Well, we do like a good pizza, but we're obviously not going to be sharing this pizza with Pizza Bob. Oh, we got a good luck. Have fun. Well, just a good luck. We'll give him the good luck as well. I'm on the draw. I think this is worth at least a little bit of a keep. Obviously, the 2 relics are if my opponent's not really a graveyard strategy, but the Fury's nice and the Magus of the Moon is always not too bad either. We'll go ahead and play our tap land here and pass turn just to make sure that we hit on curve. We can always play 1 relic and cycle it at end step and avoid Lightning Bolt. Opponent does show us a Jeskai Triome here and then a basic plane, so maybe we're against some sort of ephemerate list, it looks like, based on my opponent having a Wall of Omens. Play our relic here. Tempted to play the second relic. I think it's worth it to avoid some weird counter or something like that. I don't think they have one, but this does feel like it just Jeskai Saheeli Cat style list, ephemerate, soul herder, or something of that nature. We'll see if that is truly the case. Many of these lists do have something like an Eternal Witness style card, so having the relics keep track of that graveyard may not be a bad thing. Let's go ahead and cycle 1 relic here. We do need to hit our land. We do find the land because we've used one of those relics. Let's go ahead and put the second one into play and pass the turn, since everything else is basically three mana here. Windswept Teeth for our opponent, fetching probably like a breeding pool. Making it 4 colors would be fantastic. All right. Mostly blue-white here with a splash of red right now. Blue-white splash of red continued with the Hallowed Fountain. All right, so the big question here is how do we start to impact this opponent? We can try the Blood Moon. We may try the Magus, but that feels like that's just going to be hit by a Solitude. But hey, we got to get somewhere here, so let's go ahead and lead with something. Apparently, Magus just resolves almost instantaneously, so that's nice for us. Making me kind of want to jam this Blood Moon really quick. Here comes the Solitude. And I believe this is actually worth a bolt right here, right now. We'll then get rid of the Solitude, play through the turn, play our Blood Moon, and then pass back. Keep them off blue seems good here. We'll see if they have any way to interact with that Blood Moon. Because it resolved instantly, I guess that is a no. All right, so ephemerates are a problem. Obviously, we've shut them off blue here. There are other cards that can get rid of this Blood Moon. We'll see if my opponent is playing any of those. They could also follow with another Solitude here and start to try to bash in. What is it? There's a March that's white. This will do it as well. Gets rid of the Blood Moon. If we do kill that, we only get a 3/3 blue token. All right, so I think we can go bigger than this opponent, so I'm not overly concerned currently. Let's try playing Fury. Definitely not too concerned right now. Let's go ahead and kill Skyclave Apparition. They may do an Ephemerate trick here. That would just get the Relic. Can't get the Fury. This is 4 or less. We get a blue 3/3, and we'll pass the turn back to our opponents after a quick Skyclave Apparition nom nom out of the graveyard with our Relic. Opponent wishes to keep that with the Windswept Heath being fetched. All right. Are we going to see green for something like a Collected Company? The answer is still no. We have more white here. 2 white being floated. Brought back. Brings back the Skyclave Apparition, eats the Relic. This is a great reason to have our Relics. Not that we were really on to the brought back strategy. Maybe that's new tech for this archetype of this Ephemerate bounce style list here. Again, I'm only really seeing 2 colors, though. I can't imagine the third color is for anything other than, say, a prismatic ending at this point. But hey, let's wait and see. We got an Emeria here. We definitely have our own Blood Moons somewhere buried in our list, so hopefully we can get one of those going soon. So yes, graveyard kind of matters a little bit here. Maybe I'll go grab Obosh. Obosh and 1 Fable this turn. Idyllic Range. Tapped, unless you control 3, +1/+1 counter on creature, makes that a 1/5 wall. Follows this up with 4 mana, 5 mana Teferi? 5 mana Teferi. I have to imagine that's just an uptick. 2 blue, untap Prayer Stream, Hallowed Fountain, or adding the red in there as well. I'm definitely not overly concerned. Maybe I should be. Maybe I'm really not anymore. Let's lead with a Fable here. If there is some sort of counter, I feel like they would use it right there. No counter is used. Let's try to kill Teferi. If they double block the token, I don't even know if I care if the Wall of Omens lives and the Skyclave dies. This is a block. This is a block. That's all fine. Everything dies. I'll put Obosh to hand here and pass turn. I don't know. Saheeli and the cat gets me. But there's not much I could do. I could leave Bonecrusher Giant up with that. I guess things dying, the Emeria brings them back right now. We need to kind of take care of that. That's true. Something to be aware of. There are now 7 planes. They'd hit that here with the Idyllic Range. Little Teferi, bounce a token. Bounce is our token that generates treasure tokens. Smart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Spirited Companion, when it enters, draw a card. A lot of card draw going on right now. I don't know if I play other Fable here. I might just use that as a discard to the current Fable to just dig deeper for answers to what's going on. Let's do that. Fable and Mountain Gone here. Dig too deep. Flame Slash. All right. Flame Slash does kill Wall of Omens. Bonecrusher Giant could kill a Spirited Companion. We have 4 mana, not 5. I could also bump Blast Zone to 2. Any of this dying, obviously, Emeria is just, like, happy about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have 2 left over. I can't use both of these if I do that. I could use 1. I could Bone Crusher, Wall of Omens, leave the 1/1 here. I feel like killing both of these, though, and hopefully getting through is just slightly better. Let's go ahead and Flame Slash Wall of Omens, see if my opponent has priority. They do. I'm going to, let's do it this way. Attempt to kill the Spirited Companion as well, and then attack. I will probably put 3 and 3 onto Teferi. And I'll put 1 over on the Little Teferi. So Little Teferi here, Big Teferi, play Bone Crusher pass turn. Don't worry about Blast Zone. What do we got? What's jumping in front of us? Marches to keep alive Little Teferi. That is very okay with us. I wonder if I wait on this Bone Crusher. I'm not going to wait. My theory here is that if they do Skyclave Apparition off of the Emeria, they can hit Fable or they're going to hit Bone Crusher. They're going to hit Fable because me copying Fury is just not a good sign for them. They do have an extra turn because the creature, good old Geeky down there, is not fast. Doesn't have haste. We have just Wall of Omens to create a blocker, a chunky blocker. You got it. They might also be holding Solitude for this Fury or this Kiki. Gonna need something here, though. We have what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mana, looks like. 10 mana. I can move Blast Zone up 1 or 2 this coming turn, maybe. Maybe play the Obosh. All right, Spike Field. Let's go ahead and play Obosh for 5. This lets the Spike Field be a little bit more power. I am going to go ahead and attack and not use the Spike right here. Maybe that's incorrect. If they Solitude Obosh, it'll suck some. Attack Teferi, attack Teferi, attack Teferi. Let's see if we can clear Teferi here. My gut tells me that we're going to see a Solitude, and because it's in combat, they're going to Solitude Obosh block, and I'm not going to be able to kill the Solitude with just a Spike Field hazard here. Solitude's Fury. Okay. And Ephemerate? No. Block? Block and block. Lose Solitude. Man, do I just like spike here? They're gonna do the solid. No, can they? Yeah, they can. So I guess I have to spike here. Kill Teferi. This is really awkward. I need a relic to clear the graveyard or a Blood Moon to stop Emeria here. The value they're generating out of the graveyard is a lot more substantial than I thought at the beginning of this game. Thinking about it while we're sitting here and my opponent's casting stuff. Lantern probably can come in. Maybe the Flame Slash. Maybe a Stone Brain for Solitude. Probably that is the max here. Do I care about having Ragavan? I have no idea. My opponent does not kill Obosh here. It's the last thing they care about killing right now. Teferi bounce Illusion Token. Bounces Obosh. Okay. More red, but we haven't seen a reason to have red. Wear and Tear in the sideboard, perhaps? Bolt. Play Obosh back down. I guess I don't want to give them the Solitude. I'll just pass. I don't want to use the Bolt just on Teferi at this point. I don't need the Solitude to die to the Illusion Token here. There's the Ephemerate. I don't believe Chalice is worth it here. Another Solitude. All right, so this is the point where my opponent takes over the game What do I have? I could run Blood Moon first, Fury, Season Pyromancer, something like that. Blood Moon to get rid of the Maria. I hope that they don't have a Skyclave Companion and Skyclave Apparition in hand with all the planes. And then the Mary's turned off. Fury to kill the Solitudes, the Spirited Companion to follow and stuff like that. All right, we're good. We've seen enough. There's an Elvish Norn as well being played. We're getting a Bone Crusher, land, Ragavan, land, Blood Moon. Okay. A lot of creatures, a lot of graveyard stuff going on, but the graveyard stuff is shut down by the Blood Moon. I don't know if we want to go over the top with the lanterns. Chalice would stop, say, Ephemerate. I think it's just going to be like the one of Flame Slash here. One of Flame Slash, get rid of Magus because it's the weakest of the Blood Moon effects. And now that I know a little bit more about what my opponent's doing, maybe play that. Maybe a Stone Brain in place of a Ragavan. Just one to hit like Solitude or Teferi or just name something. Kind of like a surgical, if you will. I think we know what we're playing against now, though, enough that I can make an informed mulligan decision and hopefully deal enough pressure. By playing in the Brainstone, I am negating my Obosh, so maybe I should go harder on that when I do bring in such cards. All right, keeping a hand with some relics, and we're not going to be so hasty to get rid of them in case the Blood Moons don't stick. We'll use them as cantrips if that becomes necessary, but generally speaking, we'll hold on to these relics. Let's go and play a tap land so I have stuff to play on curve. Pass the turn after our second relic here as well. Opponent fetches the Arid Mesa here. Triome again. Field of Rune's an interesting one. While we do have enough here to put Blood Moon into play, I have a second one too. We might play double Blood Moon here to keep my opponent off of these cards that they have. Maybe I'll just play 3 of them and then play Season Pyromancer. Let's see. Well, we stopped the graveyard. Let's go ahead and, let's play another Blood Moon. I think I play all of them. I mean, I know there's cards out there that can wipe when you have multiples. Maybe I'm good with the 2 and I play the Season Pyromancer now. You know what? We'll play the Fable. We'll play the Fable. We probably won't do any drawing with it. And if we can get a couple cards around the Wall of Omens, then we can beat them down. Well, let's not wait too long. That's the downfall of Prison, right? Prison has that downfall. I'm gonna say no to this ability. Let's scoot this out of the way. Let's get rid of it. Let's attack. Let's play let's play their card. Oh no, wait, this isn't Ragavan. You can tell how often I play Fable. I think I'm going to want to play the Season Pyromancer with the Fable being flipped this coming turn and just use it as generated value. So brought back from my opponent, flip Fable. We don't care about another relic here. Season Pyromancer, get rid of Relic Blood Moon. And win this game. Let's go to game 3. Is it going to be a 3-game kind of league? It might be. Oh. F6 with the Goblin Shaman. Now we have a lot of stuff going on here. My opponent could do a couple Solitudes to slow this down. That's about all they've got going for them. Maybe they do that. I think we're looking at game 3, though. There's a Solitude. Solitude's the key to avoid the Season Pyromancer value. I think that's valid. Let's go ahead and eat the Solitude. Get our mechanics online here. 2, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I don't even play these Furies just as like backup. I could maybe play 1 to finish this game off quicker. We'll play 1 to try to finish the game off quicker. We're in a good spot. All right. Opponent concedes it. We're going to game 3. Do I want that Stone Brain in here, or would I prefer Obosh? I don't know if I'm going to have time for Obosh. As we saw, the Magus would have been a poor Blood Moon effect. It's still decent, but it would have been poor there. Pyrite Spellbomb kills some stuff. Maybe that's just better. Just interact with the Solitude. I'm torn here because I can imagine they're going to fetch a basic Plains. That's what they should have done at the beginning anyway. Getting greedy with their mana base, as do Magic players. All them greedy Magic players out there. Let's do a Pirate Spellbomb. Let's actually find a spot for the second one here. I'm going to take the second Ragavan out. I just foresee that if they have a couple creatures, it's just going to be so much harder for a Ragavan to get through. All right, so we were talking a little bit about those informed decisions on whether or not a hand should be mulliganed or not. My opponent's mulliganed to 6. I have Fable. And in many cases, we would look at that and go, hey, 2 Fables, no problem. We're good to go. We can, like, dig. But I don't know if we have time to dig. I think we need to be disrupting them a little bit or interacting with the creatures that are there and then dig. So, like, Flame Slash would be better. A Fury would be better. Blood Moon would be better. I think we're going to mulligan this because I'm afraid that they're going to play like Wall and Ephemerate it, or they're going to have, you know, Skyclave Apparition and be able to Ephemerate it as well. And the Fables are just going to be mediocre at best. All right, we can keep this. I wonder if I try to even do this Ragavan. I think I'll try it just because I only have 2 and I have 4 Seasoned Pyromancers. I can Ragavan attack and then kill their wall before they can start doing Ephemerate shenanigans with it. Blaststone wasn't a bad draw here. Let's start with Ragavan against Pizza Pie Bob. Show me the wall. That's not the wall. Whenever this enters the battlefield, you may search your library for basic Plains card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Coven, transform, and do some stuff. Well, I don't care about the Coven part. I'm just going to kill it. And then we'll attack for 2. Gets us a little more mana. They already have 2 Plains, so they're good. Blood Moons are, they're all right. So brought back, we'll pass. Okay. Okay turn. I'm worried that Ragavan's just not going to be valuable from here forward. Skyclave, bye-bye Ragavan. That's fine. Say Lightning Bolt. I don't mind that. Gonna not worry about this Blast Zone so much here. Extra Lightning Bolts, not bad. I wouldn't mind one of our relics because killing stuff and then using brought back does feel a little bit bad here. Is it Arid Mesa? Okay. And cracks the Arid Mesa. So it really is just Jeskai. Grows the Skyclave to a 3/3. That's fine so far. Mole Drifter. We just have to let them draw here, and if they want to Ephemerate, then I have to bolt. Yep. This is perfect time. Woo! No. Mole Drifter, Ephemerate, that's a little too much value. That's a little too much value there. If we draw land, it's Bolt, Seasoned Pyromancer. We don't. What do we do here? Fable? Bone Crusher? I'm gonna go with the Fable here. A little nervous that they have maybe another Grange and grow this to a 4/4. Then it kind of gets hard to kill. Shocks in a Hallowed Fountain. This feels like Big Taveri. No, it's this. All right, I should probably read what Elish Norn does. I've seen Evan play this a little bit. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability, a permanent you control, trigger the ability an additional time and do awesome things. All right. Is this all? Permanent you control. And Seasoned Pyromancer is now a dud, basically. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Seasoned Pyromancer then. Cool. I have Flame Slash plus Bolt here. That seems good enough to kill the Elesh Norn. And we'll... Man, I hate passing the turn. I think I have to, though. This will flip. I can then use Seasoned Pyromancer soon. After. Lorn of the Fur Path. Enters the battlefield, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment. Your end target opponent each draw a card. Okay, opponent's drawing a card. Not crazy value for our opponent. Flame Slash. Let's go ahead and play Bone Crusher, and let's go ahead and Flame Slash Skyclave Apparition. This gives us a token, and now I can swing with the team. Let's get some damage in. Next turn, I can boot up Den of the Bugbear, go swing real wide here. Opponent's trading off a couple things. That is to be expected. They need to keep their life points high. I'd like to see my opponent tap a little bit of mana here, because right now they're representing Solitude, and a casted Solitude would be really bad for us. Playing something like a draw or something like that would be much better to see. Hard-casted Muldrifter is totally fine. Totally fine. Respectable 2/2 flyer in the air. Opponent could ephemerate this. They might as well do that right now if they had it. Risking that I will draw a... Risking that I would potentially draw a bolt or some way to interact with this. I think I'm going to play and then boot up Den of the Bugbear here, because I can do that without expending my treasure token and just do a swing out with illusion token held back here. Or maybe I go because this guy... Let's go with everything. I create a goblin here as well. I have a feeling my opponent's turn is Solitude Ephemerate or Muldrifter block Ephemerate. No Ephemerate there. Okay, interesting. So I got in with the Den. The next turn, I'm going to go grab Obosh here. We have 5 life that we need to clock through. That's a Bolt plus ramming out Ruins here. Could be a Bone Crusher Giant plus maybe a Swing Out. Got to avoid that Solitude. The Solitude is the biggest problem right now. As long as they're tapped out, it'd be great. Being partially tapped out and then having like a brought back now or an ephemerate is definitely very scary. We got so close here. How do we end this game? Opponent's got 2 lands that they maybe don't want to fetch with. Enters the battlefield, exile each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less until this leaves. 2 or less, that's going to be illusion, token, and token. It's a solid board wipe. It's solid board wipe for tokens. We have 2 mana. Is this a wall? It is a wall. Okay. Can I get a Flame Slash here? Opponent has 3 cards. It's asking for a lot to have Solitude white card plus Ephemerate. Got a Fable. Let's attack with the team. I don't believe I can hold back here. Attack with the team, play Fable, pass turn. Hope that there's no Ephemerate weird logic going on here. Come on. We're close. I could also put Obosh to hand. I think the Fable just going a little bit wider here is probably just the smarter play. We do have wall blocking Bone Crusher. This would be the time that they do fetch. They don't. Land draw here does look good because Fable gets a 2/2. We have Raminot and we have a board of 3 wide. We're looking to avoid probably Solitude here. A bolt off the top is game winning, I think. tapped Emeria. There's 5 planes. Opponent can't really fetch due to the risk of Ramunot. We do have over 5 mana here, though. There's a Flame Slash. I need something instant speed, right? Oh, Solitude. Let's go ahead and use this ability. I think Flame Slash is too slow here. There's a land. Solitude here, block here. I get in. I think I just go for it here. I can start going wide with the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. I'm going to have to find an answer for this Solitude. Buy Bone Crusher. Oh, Seasoned Pyromancer. I guess they can block the Bone Crusher. I wonder if I go get Obosh now. They're going to gain 1, go to 2. Do I go get Obosh now or make tokens? I think we make tokens. Let's go wide. Let's go wide on our opponent. And if they fetch twice here, we got them. Maybe they're not paying attention, wanting the Emeria to go off. Let's play into this card doesn't exist. We'll just cover it up. Hide it. Hide it. Opponent's not there. Don't worry about it. And going wide here makes me feel a little bit better that we can get a point or 2 in. Opponent does play a land here. They have 6 planes. We have whatever this is. They can gain 2. All right. Probably gain 2 is my imagination here. Imagination. All right. Let's go ahead and do Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. Flame Slash doesn't look so bad now. There's a second Ramunot. Flipping Fable here. Opponents only has 1 card here. I believe I attack with everything just to get damage in. Let them block an elemental token and keep this around. We have 2. Oh, they block over here. Okay, they go to 4. Play Ramunot unless they can flicker here. Double activation Ramunot for the win. Do they have anything in here that would get me with health gain? Doesn't look like any health gain. They could get Elishnorn and then double down on the Dawnbringer. Could you fetch one more time, please, opponent? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I need 2 more lands to do what I want. Okay, they bring back something. They need to probably draw, I would imagine. Like Muldrifter here, draw. Yep, drifty boy. Okay. They're looking for like an Ephemerate to hit Dawnbringer. They can't risk the Elish Norn here yet because they don't have the way to gain the life. Maybe I'm supposed to have held the Ramunot just to scare him a little bit. Like I have 1 card in hand. That doesn't seem right. Little Fairy, nope, that's 4 mana. We're close, we're close. 22 life. I'm just... Oh. Alright, everything dies. Everything very dead. There's no reason to do the Seasoned Pyromancer either. Brought back. This gets their thing back and they gain 2 here. Now they're at 5. This is bad because they could find an Ephemerate now and gain more life. The field. Field could hit a Ramunot. Do I make 1, 2, 3, 4? They only have 4 here. Let's go ahead and do Seasoned Pyromancer now. It's 2 damage and it makes 2 creatures. I'm probably losing one of these Ramunots anyway to the Field of Ruins. Looking for a bolt. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could Obosh here. That would put them to 1. That is intriguing. My opponent's clock is going to come into a factor here of this game. There's a Fury. Whew. I don't want to put this back into the graveyard because of the Emeria. Let's try the Obosh line here. And put my opponent to 1. Theoretically. Pray for no Solitude Ephemerate white card here. To 1? No, what are you doing? Oh, they're going to Ephemerate like this thing. Oh, they march. They march 1. Okay, that's not as bad. Opponent did not want to go to 1 here. There's a salt. When did that get there? Oh, I killed that earlier. Shoot. I'm not going to be able to take this over the finish line, am I? Gets the Solitude, hits the Obosh here. Solitude's the not Murktide, the Muldrifter. Blue flying creature. Wow. Fury kills both of these. Are they on the defense? They gain some life just to be... It's not even far enough for a bolt here. Oh, man, I really want a Blood Moon instead of the Fury. Fury here, kill both, swing in. Opponent has nothing, we win. Wonder if I just attack here. What else do they have? Elishnorn, Skyclave Apparition. See, Skyclave would be a way to get rid of the Blood Moon. Skyclave wouldn't have hit these two. March hits this. They didn't really play anything else. Let's try Blood Moon here. Okay. Swing with Obosh because that feels fairly safe-ish. They have something to flash in like a Solitude. They were going to get the Obosh anyway. Then there'll be 2 Solitudes in play and I can Fury them. Maybe I'm supposed to be a little bit safer with this Obosh, but that swing, they were going to probably do that at the end anyway. All right. I assume 2 Solitudes swing here for 6, 12 to 25. No blocks. See if a Fury can kill these. This game is, feels like Soul Sisters, kind of. All right, we lose the Blood Moon here due to the Skyclave Apparition. If I have a follow-up Blood Moon, I will play that over Fury. No, but I have a Relic. Ooh. And Relic... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. I'll play Relic and see what they do here with this Emeria, because it targets, right? Return target. I kind of hate it because I would like to kill the Solitudes. So if they target something I don't care about, which is definitely not that. no Elishnorn for you, buddy. Sorry. Pyrite Spellbomb. Okay. Man, I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna take the full swing here again. I mean, I'm gonna kill him, but the Emeria is gonna bring him back, right? Well, I don't know. Do I Pyrite Spellbomb, kill Skyclave, block Solitude? It's 18 to 10 now. How things have changed. Another plains for opponent. They only have one card, though. Make Ragavan a blocker, Pyrite Spellbomb here. I don't want to give them anything this turn to grab with Emeria. Let's wait until next turn. So this time I can block like Ragavan to Solitude, Pyrite Spellbomb kills a Solitude. We can Fury away, Skyclave. We're just on defense mode now. Game's changed. I'm at 10. All right. So kill this. Give me a 3/3. And block. I block 1. Take this. Fury, wall, swing, Ragavan, find something. It's really dodgy. I don't think killing both Solitudes does much for me. They're just going to come back. Ooh, that's not a bad follow-up. Double Fury here. Hard-casting Furies are nice, but again, the Solitudes are going to do the Solitude things. Let's kill the wall, get in for 2, see if I can get something interesting from them. Maybe an Ephemerate. Then Ephemerate, kill the other Solitude, and then I kind of can go back and forth with the Fury. Oh, no, they not about that. They have another Solitude. Oh, no, am I dead? Oh, no, you don't. Oh, opponent, you hit the Fury here, and then you hit the Solitude, and you kill me. Oh, no, I'm at 8. Never mind. So now they Solitude my Fury. This next Fury, I block a Solitude. They hit me for 7. 6. Why do I keep giving them more credit than is due here? I'm at 7. They're at 30. Obviously a problem for us. Elish Norn. What could we hit? Nothing because of Elish Norn. Good lesson. If we play the Fury as well, my opponent just attacks around it. I can block here 3, 6, 9. Came down to the end here. Very value-oriented whitelist. Definitely something I haven't seen since I have taken my hiatus. Good to know. Interesting. I still think the Blood Moon's a good idea. We have the graveyard. Maybe I missed a point or two somewhere. I probably could have snuck out that extra point when they played the Cleric. Maybe I'm supposed to hold on to some of that burn to interact with our opponent's creatures and get the Obosh down, but the Obosh gets hit by the Solitude. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. This one needs a little more practice, but I think we held our own. We're 1-1, going to match number 3. Don't go anywhere. It's coming up next. All right, match 3 is ahead of us. Playing this Obosh mono red mid-range list, getting our feet back into the game of Magic the Gathering, running into lists that we hadn't really seen before. We understood the affinity list, but the mono white list with Elish Norn, that's a new spice that we haven't run into before. Good to see some variety in the Magic modern meta here on Magic the Gathering Online. As a reminder, this list is down below, and hitting that subscribe button is appreciated if you are enjoying yourself. And hopefully, if you're watched this far, you can always hop around our list. We usually, and I say list, our YouTube videos, we usually put out the chapters, if you will. So that gives you the timestamps of when different matches do start and end. Helps you find those matches. Maybe you've tuned in, it's a long video, you're like, I'll come back. It's kind of like 4 or 5 videos all packed into one. It's maybe the best way to look at it. All right, match 3. Let's find an opponent. We're 1-1. Let's aim for that 3-2-4-1 to kick off our return to YouTube content here on the channel. Hey, and I get to go first. That's always good with an aggressive list. I feel like this Obosh kind of says, yo, I'm going to be smashing your face in. Good luck. It's kind of televised, if you will. All right, decent starting hand. Ragavan, we do have a second land here. I don't think Thoughtseize and Inquisition's played that much in the format anymore, so Nice, nice. We have ourselves what appears to be a hammer list. I kind of like my 2 spot removals here, actually. Let's go ahead and pitch Fury so that I don't have to worry about paying the Esper Sentinel tax. Let's go ahead and get in for 2 and pass turn, leaving ourselves Bolt and Spikefield Hazard. And hopefully I can hang on to those for a while. Well, I don't have any equipment cards, so let's not use our treasure token there. There's a Saga. It'd be great to find ourselves a Blood Moon. There is a Stone Forge. We can kill that with a Lightning Bolt. I sense that's what I'm going to be doing here. I do see a Colossus Hammer. That'll be scary. Let's attack, see if anything's interesting. Otherwise, we'll play a Fable. Nothing interesting. Play Fable, pass turn, 2 cards, 1 Spikefield Hazard. Go ahead, opponent. Might have to deal with some Urza's Saga constructs here. And those are going to grow quickly. Just hammer. Good old hammer. I feel like hammer should be an okay matchup. We've never really had a problem with red rage and definitely not red prison against hammer. I think red has usually enough spot removal that they can't always have everything. They have to play very, very defensively to get this to work for them. Like maybe this. So guard his aid into an Ornithopter and so on and so forth to protect this. All right. So we have a 1-2. I did draw a Flame Slash. Let's go ahead and use Fable. Let's get rid of these 2 cards looking for an instant speed removal. I hit a Blood Moon. Interesting. We can play this Blood Moon first, and then if they don't hammer, then I can Flame Slash this out of the way. And by representing 1 treasure token, they may not go for it. Dang it. They went for it. All right, we have an 11-12 to deal with. That's okay, though. We'll pass turn. It's kind of big. Eight damage through Obosh, right? Because Obosh doubles. Maybe I can chump until then. If they attack, I attack back. Maybe they don't want that. I'm not so worried about a Shadow Spear. They don't attack. Okay. Ooh. Seasoned Pyromancer, huh? Is there something else I can do with this Giver here? Other than just chump block it for days. Let's just chump block it for days right now. Like I said, I'm not worried about the Shadow Spear. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, we'll pass turn. I've got the reflections that they're going to be concerned about. Definitely going to throw a body in front of the Giver of Runes, maybe 2 because of the risk of Shadow Spear plus the hammer. If I can get an Obosh down, Bolt plus Flame Slash gets rid of the Giver. My opponent could protect the Giver. They have that white protection spell. Gives it indestructible. Maybe I'm just bolting upstairs. Two cards for our opponent. 2 measly little cards. Using white mana here. And using Springleaf Drum too. Interesting. Core Outfitter. You may attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. They're going to switch this over. At least that's what they want to do. Let's Bolt in response because they don't have white mana. That hammer should not fall off Giver though. But now I could attack with some interesting stuff going on here. Let's create a copy of Seasoned Pyromancer here, making 2 extra blockers. Ooh, that's a good one. Blast Zone played. Swing with more or less the team. I'm going to leave the Seasoned Pyromancer black. Hammer plus Shadow Spear is scary. This will give me 5 mana. I can play a Fury if I wanted to. I think I do. I have the Kiki to copy Fury, so having it in play is probably just better. 2 cards. Just have to worry about Hammer plus. Oh, we got ourselves a Pure Steel Paladin. Okay. I'm not sure that's enough. Right? That's not enough. We just copy Fury, attack Pure Steel. They have to save it or they let it die, and then we just swing with the team. All right, Hammer. All right, Hammer. How do we beat you? Like, do we just stay the same? I mean, I almost feel like we do. Like, the relics are not that great, so, like, pull the relics out. Pyrites, maybe 1 Shattering Spear, 1 Flame Slash. Be happy. Kind of want to leave the Obosh. Obviously, Chalice is potentially decent here, but I think this Chalice, now that we've played the list for a few matches here, I think this Chalice is more for those Cascade style lists. Maybe if the 1-drops are just so overwhelmingly powerful that it doesn't matter here, which maybe that's what's going on in this list. But I've gotta imagine we have enough to remove. What I could do here is I could play the whole Ragavan probably doesn't get it done, and we can play Chalice. Just being very mindful of Lightning Bolts, Shattering Spree, Pyrite, Spellbinds don't work. Probably Obosh isn't needed here. We either dominate the game by preventing them from ever hooking up a hammer, or we lose the game because they're too quick for us. We'll keep this hand. Bolt, maybe follow up with a second bolt, then Chalice on 1. Stop our hammers. Follow with Seasoned Pyromancer. Just suck the life force out of our opponents. Maybe they'll just concede on the spot. Springleaf Drum. We don't have to play the whole Chalice on 0, void a bridge. We don't have a bridge, so that's just not going to be a thing. Okay, 2-drop. Sigarda's Aid. All right, definitely entertaining this Chalice on 1. I think I'm going to do it, even though we have 2 bolts. Stop hammers. Now, hammer can show up because there's a Saga, but luckily I drew a Bone Crusher Giant. So we could try to do that. It just depends on how many artifacts are going to be there. And then we can use Seasoned Pyromancer to ditch the Lightning Bolts. Extra planes here. Worried about more artifacts right now. They gave it back to us. Raminot, let's pass turn because I want to interact with the Urza Saga token here with a Bone Crusher Giant. Oh shoot, there's going to be 2 of them. Let's kill this one or attempt to. I didn't think there were going to be 2. It's been a little bit. So we have 2. We play this. They go get Hammer. Hammer's placed on the Construct token. I need that Shattering Spree, which can get through the Chalice. Seasoned Pyromancer to chump block for a while until I find that. Seems to be the only way here. Pair of Furies or something to follow. Definitely need one of our Blood Moons. These Urza Saga tokens are going to be a problem. Let's play Seasoned Pyromancer first to create blockers. Get rid of some of this. There you go. Okay. Blast Zone will do it. Let's hide Blast Zone for a turn. So if they have a random Pithy Needle, we're good. We do have the Blood Moon that could take care of the Saga. I think I have to do Blast Zone first, though. Wonder if I can take a hit from this Construct token. Probably can't. Probably have to defend, right? Well, you just attack, opponent. Yeah. Don't hold back. All the way, opponent. One nice thing about the Blast Zone is it's going to get rid of stuff that's on 1. So we probably hold it until the Saga happens. Pass turn here. Because I want to kill whatever the Saga goes and gets. We'll have a few constructs to deal with, but they're going to be so much smaller here. Going to lose 2 artifacts. There'll be 2/2s, looks like. Draws with Canopy. Blast Zone was a really good draw for this matchup. I forgot that that was one of our lands that we have a plethora of. Okay, doing that thing. Making construct tokens. So there'll be 3/3s. We can handle 3/3s, right? Surely we can handle some 3/3s. Wonder if I still have to chump block here when they attack. I guess if they have only 1 land... Well, no, Springleaf Drum. Never mind. Springleaf Drum's going to die, so I don't have to worry about something randomly popping up here. I did risk that they had a Pithy Needle there. Probably should pop Blast Zone before. Let's be mindful of our decisions and how they impact the game. Just do this now. They did play a Saga, so they could play something else, but I'm only going to go to 8 here. I can play Blood Moon plus Flame Slash here to kill 1. Let's go ahead and play our land. I think we're going to need this. Let's go ahead and Blood Moon to get rid of the Saga. Let's Flame Slash to kill 1 of these. Oh, we can't Flame Slash. That's right. Okay. We need that Flame Slash for Seasoned Pyromancer. Whoops. Nettle. Dang it. Guess I'll block. Take 5, go to 7. Land, drop. 1, 2. Kill? No. 1, 2, 3, create. There's a Fury. If we can get the Fury down, maybe. I'm going to 1 unless they play a artifact here. Guess it depends on how they attack, too. Uh-oh. Oh. Sword no good. That's lethal. All right. Shattering Spree number 2 in here. Still think the Chalice did pretty okay. Maybe I'll cut one because I'm on the play now. Let's go. Let's go. We can get this. We can get the 2-1. We can get it. Being on the play against Hammer is much better position. I wonder if my observation of Modder being a little bit of a coin flip in regards to whichever player wins the roll has more like a 60-70% chance to win overall in the match when played very well by both players. I wonder if that still holds true. I was starting to see a little bit of that tendency, and that it was very hard to make up the difference when you were down on the dice roll. And I don't know if Magic necessarily should be that way, or if that was just dumb luck that I was seeing that. Might have been just dumb luck. We never know. We would need a large, broad sample size of data to determine if that was a consistent trend. All right, let's keep this. We have a Pirate Spellbomb. That's a removal. We got this Shattering Spree, and I have a Blood Moon in case they go all... There's a Saga on us. We do need a land, but we do have 22 of them remaining. As we checked, we have 24 in this list. I actually kind of like the Magus of the Moon as well, just as a second Blood Moon effect here. But I fully expect our opponent to have a way to get rid of these. Pyrite, go. Basic Plains plays out a S%. No, nice. Okay. Could definitely kill that. I might just snap off the Pirate Spellbomb. We have to be careful of a... We have to be careful of... Stoneforge. Let's not snap this off. Ink Moth. That's taken care of by the Blood Moon. The reason Stoneforge is a little bit of a problem is because my opponent could get a Stoneforge. All right, let's go ahead and kill this now. And then they could get like Coldra. And Coldra I can't interact with. All right, I need a land here because I think they're going to basically prep Ink Moth for a one and done kill here. Land drop or bust. Come on. Oh, they put this on there. Okay, I can kill the Memnite. All right. It's an awkward tap land, so I think our decision is made here. No replication, kill Memnite. I think I want to kill Memnite, even though they could get something to put this on. Extra planes, do you have the Ink Moth kill? Memnite doesn't make it look like that. Boots up Ink Moth, attack for 1, please, and only 1. Please 1, not more. Nice, okay. Let's play a Blood Moon that's a little bit more potent than the Magus of the Moon in most cases. I can follow this up with a Seasoned Pyromancer to create blockers for the Memnite. Please don't have a hammer. Scarda's, or not Scarda's, Giver of Runes is a little bit worrisome. Let's land drop here. Let's play Seasoned Pyromancer to create tokens. Draw cards, find answers. Flame Slash is pretty good. Let's Flame Slash here. I was thinking, oh, just jam Chalice, but then they have this Giver that can give pro red. Let's do it this way. I wonder if I'd throw Chalice to 2. I don't think I do, though. I think it's got to be on 1. Extra Sigarda's Aid. That tells me they're not putting something on Memnite. Biggest worry now is Stoneforge Mystic. Let's go. I've got to imagine my attacks here are clean. Chalice on 1, swing. Pass turn. Please no Stoneforge. Please no Stoneforge. I could do a Bone Crusher Giant. That would be fantastic. I'll take a Seasoned Pyromancer. Let's dig for answers. Remember, I don't have Obosh this time. I got fancy. Let's play a Blast Zone. That puts it on 0 if they ever get rid of the Blood Moon, allowing me to kill the Memnite. Pass turn, Spikefield Hazard doesn't get cast here. We learned our lesson. I will block if they attack now, just in case they're saving stuff up. This is a pretty easy attack with all past turn. Bone Crusher Giant is pretty safe to guard against any like double hammer here. And we already have 1 hammer in play. Remembering that double hammer has to be like some miraculous way of through the Chalice. I think we've got there, and I think we've taken this, and I think we're going 2-1 here in this league. And we have the concession. 2-1, keeping hammer in check here. Red Obosh in Modern. We'll see you in the next match. All right, this is a great opportunity to remind people to hydrate if you've been chilling with us this whole time. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever day you are watching this on. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. Taking down Hammer, taking down the Affinity list, and losing to that Mono White list. 2-1, looking for our 3-2 to get our money back, and maybe 4-1 to go a little bit over the top and get a treasure chest and a few more play points. Match 3. Up whenever we find the opponent. Which wasn't too long. All right. We're going to play first. We're going to declare our Obosh companion here. We do have 2 lands. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Got some Fables here. Relic to draw. and I think we're going to just lead with this relic. I'm not going to try to put Spike Field in tapped and go. We can do that on turn 2 for the most part. Hurts us only if they have, if we draw Ragavan, I think. All right, opponent. What do you got for us? Steam Vents. Have we found our Murktide friend? Perhaps. Perhaps. Okay. I am going to forego the untapped land here because I kind of want to play Bone Crusher Giant. I don't want to put Spike Field in and then they just dash in a monkey. Okay, so no monkey was dashed. Let's play the Spike Field now and pass turn. A little surprised not to see Ragavan, Dragon Rage Channeler, or something else going on here just yet. But now that we've seen this, we have what? Domain Zoo. Now we have lots of colors. I'd like a Blood Moon, please. Steam Vents was a good one to lead off on if they had that fetch land over there. They put us a little bit on our back foot here. I think I'm free to pop the relic and draw cards. Looking for valuable cards for us. Another Spike Field. Blast Zone feels like it's gonna be good. Just how good? Let's jam a Fable here and put Spike Field into play tapped, I think. I don't want to show them the Blast Zone. Spell Pierce, you got it. A little bit of control. I don't know if that's in Domain Zoo. Spell Pierce and Domain Zoo. Is that a thing? I'm still kind of thinking it's Domain because we have 4 colors, but maybe it's just some 4-color control nonsense. That's 5 colors. That's very, very Domain-like. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Dwarf token. Okay. I don't know if I like a creativity matchup. I'm unsure of my feelings here. Okay. Fury kill 4 or 3? I don't think I hate that. Could Fable Bone Crusher. Can't really do things in response because of the Teferi, so just getting it done here in Sorcery Speed, getting rid of this Dwarf token, making sure that they can't draw or bounce something with Teferi feels okay. I imagine a fetch land and we're just looking at an Archon here. Goes up with the Teferi. Okay. Bolts of Fury away. Renin 6, pick up Bloodstained Mire. Renin 6. Bloodstained Mire. Our relic is mediocre. Would stop this loop. Now I dash in Ragavan, they just make a Dwarven Mind to block. I mean, what else am I doing? What else am I doing? I think do I just attack Renin 6 here? This is weird. This is weird because the Renin 6 continues the loop, makes more Dwarf Minds, but the Teferi makes it so I can't interact with the Dwarf when the Dwarfs when they're in the battlefield. Let's do Renin 6. Let's go face. Renin 6, go face. That'll give me an extra mana to work with for Fable plus Bone Crusher. If my opponent blocks, and they may block the Fury to keep the Renin 6 alive. Oh, Sacred Foundry. Prismari Command. Leyline of Binding. Yep, that's a card. That is a card. Gets rid of my Fury. Ragavan connects. We find Scalding for them. We'll play Fable here. We'll just pass turn. Obviously, Ragavan goes back to hand, and Bone Crusher can't really do anything here. Renin 6 picks up Bloodstained Mire, and they can go get another Dwarf if they want to. My opponent is at 11. Maybe the Bone Crusher Giant is just supposed to go upstairs at this point. Maybe just doing that damage upstairs is correct. Obviously, they fetch. They just can get an Archon pretty quick. Are we in trouble? Tough thing is they could just do this at instant speed if they use the Teferi uptick here too. I wonder how we handle this matchup. Prismatic Endings, Sorcery Speed, even though they have the Teferi. Goes up with the Teferi. And I think the turn's coming back our way. I think it is. It feels like it is. It is. Okay. Let's discard one Ragavan here. I don't need two. Blood Moon. Blood Moon's pretty good. See if we can get the Blood Moon to stick here. They can still creativity and response because the Teferi uptick. So we have to probably avoid creativity right here. If we avoid creativity right here, opponent floats white, but that's not going to be enough. Not for a binding here. Because they only have mountains now. I've given them priority back. I would like to Bone Crusher Giant kill Dwarf token here. Was it enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it got subtracted by 1 because of the mountains. All right. Well, I get to kill this, and I could attack now with Ragavan, probably. Let's do that and pass turn. Put some at 8. I think I was off by 1 with our binding. Obviously, they were able to cast that. Huh. Spell Pierce. Dang. Spell Pierce would have been nice. Would have been so nice, right? It would have worked if we broke the time continuity of the game. Okay. Fable doing its thing. We're going to flip Fable here. I can dash a Ragavan again. Opponent plays the Bloodstained Mire. I've got 2 over here on the Ramunot Ruins. I can't imagine I'm supposed to put Blast Zone all the way up and get these, but maybe. I don't know, maybe. Seems odd. 1, 2, 3. I can add 3 counters. That's not enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's dash Monkey. Let's start there. Let's dash a Monkey. If we dash good old Monkey, maybe I can get a burn spell or something like that. Do I go get Obosh, or am I putting Bone Crushers into play? It's hard to say. We are fetching. Teferi did go up, so Dwarf plus Creativity is an option here. Can't Bone Crusher in response to any of this. If I go Blast Zone to 3, maybe that's just the safer thing to do to get the Teferi off. Looks like we're going to Creativity. I'm not sure I can beat this now. What would I need? I need a lot. Let's go ahead and concede and see if we can't play a bit better against this. Blood Moon's not going to do it. Season Pyromancer. Okay. All right. Stone Brain feels like it should come in to kind of get them off of the one or two things that they could get me with. I feel like Flame Slash is a little bit weaker. I've got Furies to kill stuff. Let's do a Pyrite Spellbomb in place of the last Flame Slash. So my theory here is that Stone Brain can name the creativity or name the Archon, because then you get rid of the card completely. If we can get rid of the card, I don't think I'll have a problem with this list. So play the Stone Brain, get the card out of their hand, and then maybe Blood Moon, stop them with the mana, hopefully dodge a ley line, put enough pressure on them, and win the game. It's the goal. The goal is always to win the game, obviously. Okay. Let's see what they sideboard. Creativity might have new tech since we've last been here. But I think a fast Blood Moon is definitely a good idea. This doesn't look too bad. I might actually put this Blast Zone down so that if they try to do the whole Blood Moon thing, or getting rid of the Blood Moon, I can have a Blast Zone on 0. That's a unique spot to be. We'll see. We'll see if I get that luxury. My opponent could definitely have a Spell Pierce. We'll see what we can do. Hey, let's go ahead and dash in this guy. Right on time, Ragavan. What up? Doesn't get me around a Spell Pierce for the Blood Moon. Does put some interesting pressure on my opponent, though. Prismatic Ending, is there a way to get rid of Monkey? So good for us. We'll go ahead and just dash our heart's content here to avoid problems. And they get the Naya Triome. Left 6 through this turn. I don't think I'm going to be using Spike Field or Lightning Bolt. I'd like to be able to play the Blood Moon here. This can go get blue mana. Let's see if they do that right now. They do. We have 4 colors. Okay. I can probably let that go, right? Let that go, play Blood Moon. Play Blood Moon, hope for no force here. And then I could have Furied it away, but I think I'd rather just hard cast a Fury. Let him pick up the extra Scalding Tarn. It's 1 extra land. I can't imagine it's going to be a problem for us. This is a perfect thing to kill instead. Nice. Get rid of those treasure tokens. I'm the only one that's allowed to have the treasure tokens. This looks pretty good for us, actually. Ooh. That cast. Can I just do that next turn? I think I can just do this next turn. Like, play Fury to put the pressure on my opponent. 2 and 3. Or, sorry, 2 and 2. Leaving it with 3. And then maybe we do Stone Brain, or we, like, clean up the board more, or whatever we need to do at this point. This is one of those cards that's like, if I don't have to show my opponent, that would be like really good knowledge to prevent them from having it, you know, just in their knowledge pool of what they're going to be having to play against. Like, that would be really great to just hide this. Maybe I attack Fury and see if we can't hide it. Like, Dash Monkey. Maybe I don't Dash Monkey. Oh, okay. Bolt's my Fury. Now I might need to just get rid of the Wrenn and 6. But then I'll get the Fable. Alright. Let's Dash Monkey here. Attack them. Maybe I kill... Maybe I kill the Wrenn and 6 here. See what we draw. Wooded foothills. Flipping this, is this a problem? All right, I think I'm just going to play the Stone Brain here. Is it coming to play tapped or not? And then let's just immediately pop it because things happen. I feel like I just name Indomitable Creativity instead of the Archon, because the creativity could get them with like the Fable here and get them something else. So let's just take the creativities from my opponent, and then we can like get a better read on what my opponent has. So we have an Iona that's kind of scary. Archons, Besage's good to know about. Prismaris. In terms of basics, my opponent has a basic mountain. And that appears to be it. They have Strike at Riches, so that's important to remember. All right, so Strike at Rich is the scariest thing now, it looks like. Okay. Let's see what we can do about that. Got a couple wear and tears in their hand. I think that was their hand, most of it. Something like that. There wasn't a whole lot they could do. I did note that down. Fragavan can keep attacking here. We'll probably just win by pinging them for 2 a turn. Lounge. This doesn't feel like what was in their hand. I did see the Iona and the Archon. And there was no basic planes that I saw. They're basically banking off the Blood Moon would not be in play before they can interact with it. There goes an Iona. Let's dash Monkey. Bone Crusher is actually a great draw here. Get this out of the way. Attack. And again, I think I'm just going to ignore this run in 6. I think I can end the game faster. Ah, we found a wear and tear. Nice. Nice. All right, Monkey comes back. We think we have game 2 here. It'll be game 3. Once again, trying to fight for that win, for that match overall win. All right, my opponent's going to cycle this land a couple times. That is okay in my opinion. I'd rather the damage go upstairs. My opponent's going to have a Ragavan to deal with and a Bone Crusher Giant. They don't have that many bolts. Oh, okay, there's a Strike at Rich. But they need to do that again, right? For it to matter. I have 4 damage I can put upstairs. I need a hit for 6. We're close. I could wear and tear the Blood Moon now. That's fair. Okay. Bunch of fetch lands, though. They have 3 fetch lands and a Dwarven Mine that they played out of their hand and didn't give them anything. Am I okay here? Am I okay? Oh. White? It did have white. All right. Let's dash Monkey, because maybe they'll hit it with the Leyline of Binding and then Blood Moon him again. Come on. Come on. You want that Ragavan. You want that Ragavan. They bolt it. Okay. And a Blood Moon. This kind of messes up their mana once again here. We are at a point where the run in 6 is a little bit frightening, being that it's going to be 7. Opponent can strike it rich. When they strike it rich, they can then Binding again to get rid of the Blood Moon. They do strike. I wonder if I have to bolt or do something to this Ren and 6 now. I'm so close. Our ticky-tack, like, wins and losses here are coming down to just average experience in the current meta. What do we get? Fable. Let's play Bone Crusher. I think I'm going to Spike Field the Ren and 6 here, just to make sure it can't get us with an emblem, and we'll pass turn. I'm having trouble in some of these matchups getting just enough going here. Just enough damage. So that would be 7 if I connect with everything. Bone Crusher plus Lightning Bolt, putting my opponent to 3. 2 Ramunuts would kill them. We're not there yet, though. Binding is in hand, from what I remember. There's that basic mountain we did locate in their list. Fable gives me another card to attack with. If I attack with Bone Crusher, they take some damage. Okay, they're going to take damage by hitting Bone Crusher. It's 2 bolts. Am I going to have to bolt Ren and 6 again here? We're at 8. Top deck. Interesting. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the treasure token. All right. Bolt Ren and 6, because this has slowly become a problem. I thought I could end them quick enough. And then cast Season Pyromancer. Draw 2. Take an extra blast zone down past turn. Because if they hit the Blood Moon, the Ramunot, I can hit 1. Could swing with Den of the Bugbear. Opponent's going to probably take 2 damage or so from Arid Mesa Scalding Tarns. Puts them to 6. Here's the white mana off treasure token for Leyline of Binding to get rid of Blood Moon. Is this... Have we lost here? I don't think we have. Binding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now they fetch twice here and step to grab Triomes. Go to 6. Go to 4. Ren 6 is a little bit of ways. They ditched the Iona. Iona is 9 anyway. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th here. Do they play a Dwarven Mine? Not yet. I don't have Blast Zone online at the moment. I'm 1 mana short. Blood Crypt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is 8 Archon? Forget if Archon is an 8 drop. I think it is. They would need 1 more black, though, don't they? It's 2 black. Fetch and Shock doesn't seem like a very good idea to then gain 3 and make me discard 1. Run 6 ping elemental token here. Yep. Yep. Okay. The Lounge has gone into play tapped. That is their black mana, second black mana. Prismatic Ending to get rid of the Seasoned Pyromancer. This does give me the option to try to attack with Den of the Bugbear. They block with the Dwarven Mine, though. Obviously going to begin combat here. Or mine go to 5, untap, play Archon. Archon comes in, I lose this Raymond. Kind of like the double blast zone though. Archon takes them back up to 9, 8. Oh my gosh. Might have clicked through there. Might have clicked through there. I guess if they get the dwarf mine here, I'm gonna blast zone it. They don't. Okay. That was a mistake on our part. We should have been attacking there. It's okay. We'll manage. They would be at kind of 4 potentially because they blocked the Den of the Bugbear here. So there's a Dwarven Mine. We can get rid of that. A bolt off the top, I think, wins this mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 8, 5. No, it won't because they'll be at 8, right? Not 5. We'll just pass turn. I'm going to take the draw, see what I get. All right. A little bit of a bummer. Mistake on the not attack. If I didn't attack, or I attack the Dwarf Mine, they'd have 1 less Dwarf, and they'd be at 7 instead with the Archon. I could put 2 into play. They attack, gain 3, go to 10. I go to almost dead. I don't think it mattered, but it was a mistake. So we'll get better. We won't click through. We'll see you in match 4. Going for the 3-2. Sorry, match 5. Going for the 3-2. Let's kick it off right. Let's get our money back. Match 5. 2-2. The welcome back league to Magic the Gathering. Modern format online. We've seen a few new things. We've seen a few old hat things. Doing the mixture there. We're gonna see how this final one goes. I'm hoping we can take it. Be nice to start off with a 3-2. We will see. Fingers are crossed. We got this. Just got to have some confidence here. We are definitely realizing our mistakes. We are being able to start to correct them as we play, and we will only just get better as we learn what's out there. Match 5. We'll wait for opponent, and we'll start it up right here. Here we go. All right, we're on the draw this time. We get to declare our Obosh, show them that we're going to smash their face in. We got to turn 2 Blood Moon off Den of the Bugbear, Ragavan, and Connect for Blood Moon. Got a removal spot here as well in the Spikefield Hazard. We'll go ahead and play this opening hand. Keep. And they keep their 7 as well. Uh-oh, Blood Crypt doesn't feel good. Maybe they'll play their own Ragavan. And they do. All right. The question is, do I bother with the Spikefield Hazard or not before? I don't think so. I think we can wait. We'll just pass back, give them the opportunity to attack Spikefield Hazard. And if this is one of those Undying lists, we'll be fine. We're just going to let Thoughtseize happen. We have 2 Spikefield Hazards. No reason to fire one off just yet. Opponent takes our Ragavan. How dare they? Now, did our opponent do the dreaded 1-lander Ragavan strategy? If so, they might be doomed. Uh-oh, opponent. Uh-oh. Never do this. Never do this. Keep 2 lands in Ragavan. We at least remember that. All right. They top deck a land. They obviously are going to go get a swamp here because they saw our Blood Moon. And Blood Tithe Harvester. Enters the battlefield, create a blood token, sacrifice. Target creature gets -6 until end of turn. Our spike field's a little small for that. Okay. Let's go ahead and still play that Blood Moon to avoid double black here. And we'll pass back. Opponent's got 4 cards. Going to the graveyard will be interesting because they can discard a card and all that. We can maybe interact with their graveyard if their graveyard is something they care about. Opponent attacks for 3. This may be an Obosh kind of list. Oh, Thought seizes us. We'll lose this relic almost certainly. Almost certainly. I think I just put Obosh into my hand unless there's a good 3-drop I draw here. Fable or Seasoned Pyromancer, perhaps. Maybe a Dashing Monkey. Okay. Opponent's using their blood token, discarding a Grief. Okay, so it is that kind of Undying list. Oh, that's a pretty good one, actually. Let's go ahead and do that instead. Draw a few cards while we have the opportunity to maybe get to use one. We create a blocker in case they do find Monkey. And we can Flame Slash this. I think I'll Flame Slash this, just get it out of the way. Opponent's at 13. They only have 3 lands. They were struggling on lands earlier. If I can attack once, put Obosh hand, attack again, play Obosh kind of strategies, maybe we can chip away this 13 life and kill them fast enough. I do feel like this list is meant to be played a little more on the aggressive side of things. All right, Obosh to hand, play our land, pass turn. Let's get our attack in correctly this time as well. Bam. All right. Take that, opponent. Ho! Kills Seasoned Pyromancer. 1 damage, 12 to 17. We will definitely, by the way, play Obosh over anything else. We don't want it to get Thought Seized or Griefed. Hey, there's a Monkey. All right, they get their second swamp here through a treasure token. Let's hope they don't get anything crazy off of us. Skips over a mountain. That's probably good. Ragavan goes back to hand. We top deck Fury. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this Obosh out of hand. And I'm going to go no attack here just to be super safe. 2 damage I don't think is going to matter. Terminates. All right, well, I'm definitely not attacking now. They use that token, though. They didn't even wait to see if I would attack. Fatal pushes, and now they have Monkey to attack. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Sees the top of our library. 13-12. Bolt. We'll see if they want to just fire off Bolt. Why not? Get the damage in. Does not. Needs the extra black here. All right. I'm going to cast Fury, and then we'll worry about Seasoned Pyromancer. I think it's better to just have a big threat on the battlefield that can end the game very quickly. Obviously, we have Terminates and Lightning Bolts to deal with. Seasoned Pyromancer, a very fancy one, in fact. Gets rid of Ragavan and another Grief here to make a bunch of elemental tokens. Play our Blast Zone, because that just doesn't really do anything. Seasoned Pyromancer. Draw our own cards to catch up in this game. Play a Fable. That'll help us catch up further. And I have to assume it's attack with Fury at this point. Do the damage. It's going to be a chump block by Seasoned Pyromancer? No, by Elemental. All right, you got it. Pass a turn. All right, we will have the option to draw 2 cards with the Fable. I'm thinking if their Seasoned Pyromancer has missed, we'll be in a good spot. Okay, opponent casts a Fury. I wonder if they'll do the Undying thing here. And they do. Feign Death brings back Fury again. It's a 4/4. They kill the rest of our stuff, can attack for 3. Woo, this is a slugfest. They are out of cards, though, and I'm about to draw potentially 2, or 1, depending on if I like the card that I draw. Which I don't. which I don't. I've got some Seasoned Pyromancers as well to create some chump blockers. Land drop, play a Seasoned Pyromancer, 5 mana available to us. Could cast Fury, could do Seasoned Pyromancer down here. Let's dash Monkey in. I can Soakins in, which is nice. If I totally miss on their cards here, which I did. It was just a land. So I can Soakins in. This is kind of nice insurance here against the Fury. I'm sure my opponent's going to swing out here. Let's go ahead and discard Soakins in. I don't see much of a reason to keep this around. I do want to keep potentially the Seasoned Pyromancer around. Let's go ahead and chump block and take 2. They did leave an elemental token back here. We're probably just going to be doing Seasoned Pyromancer stuff. That flips. We'll play Fable. We'll plan the Seasoned Pyromancer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think not playing Ragavan and Seasoned Pyromancer is just smarter here. And I'll just leave everything back. We're a little bit more on the defensive now. 10 to 8. It's going to come down to probably some burn from either of us. Land drop. Opponent had 5 mana last time. Wow. Kills Kiki and Seasoned Pyromancer? Maybe? Kiki plus something else. It's got to be Seasoned Pyromancer. Or maybe it's just Kiki and one of the tokens. Kiki and one of the tokens. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to bring my tokens back. That's pretty obvious play here. I don't know if I care to have this Ragavan. Let's block. Maybe I just get rid of it with the Fable and keep digging for answers to these Furies. I mean, 2 Furies is kind of scary. it's not good. Interesting. I'll play this a little bit out of order. I'm gonna Relic here. And I don't have any more Seasoned Pyromancer, so I'm looking basically for Flame Slash off this, or a Bolt to get rid of this Fury. I miss on all, but I do get a Bone Crusher for the future. All right. Got to keep this Seasoned Pyromancer around. I think that is our win ticket with Reflections of Kiki. Obviously, you're going to be doing some chump blocking of the Furies, and I'll take 2. Will they attack? They do not. It's chump, chump. Chump, chump, Season, Bone Crusher, kill their elemental token, play the Bone Crusher, flip Kiki, play Magus as a blocker. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I can kill a Fury now. I think we try to kill the 4/4. That's the scariest. Do they have the black Undying? They do not. Good, good, good. We'll play a Bone Crusher. We'll pass. All right. The card in hand appears to be a dud. We're about to Reflection Seasoned Pyromancer. That would be really good. Maybe it's not a dud. Uh-oh. Yields to end of turn. Okay. No play there. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. They need to kill Reflections or Seasoned Pyromancer, I believe, right now. If they use a Grief to kill the Magus out of hand, that's fine. Would be not the worst. And my opponent has now gone on the defensive. Ooh, Fury's pretty good here. Let's actually cast Fury to get rid of their Fury and the token. And we can copy it with Reflections. or we copy Seasoned Pyromancer. We're good here. A lot of good value through the reflections. Extra Fable. All right, all of you that keep telling me to play this. Fine. All right, Flame Slash feels like it's an important card here. Relics do feel okay in this matchup. I do wonder if this is just send it back territory. Maybe not the Magus of the Moon. Blood Moon can infect my opponent, but maybe it's not like the strongest thing to be affecting them, making me want to maybe do a Lantern. Are they graveyard enough? Are they graveyard enough? They do it very quickly if they are a graveyard, so more removal feels correct. The Pyrite Spellbomb is not like big enough removal though. Let me take one Blood Moon out and do the Pyrite. This is going to be for the Ragavans or the one that created that blood token. But I think it's really going to come down to like how much of this can you do? I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. I would like more than one land with Ragavan against this opponent. Here we go. Get rid of a Blood Moon. Say okay, we got a couple lands here. Blood Moon to impact them. We got this. We got this. All right, Mountain Go. A lot of removal, and I like a lot of removal here. It's good. Spikefield Hazard's actually exceptionally good against things going to the graveyard. It has this exile it instead clause if it does go to the graveyard, which is nice. Opponent doesn't respect our Blood Moon, assumes that we've taken all 4 of them out. Good with us. Blackleaf Cliffs, Blood Crypt, 2-drop, Void Walker. Is that worth a bolt? Yeah, I'll say it's worth a bolt. Extra Blood Moon, 1 is on the bottom, 2 are in hand, 1's buried somewhere between card 1 and 51. Opponent has the basic swamp. Plays their own Fable here. Okay. Fluffy forgets that legendary lands exist. Therefore, he's going to skip this turn. He's cool like that. I did that before the hiatus. We just do that all the time. This card just does not feel legendary. Okay. Bolt this away. See what my opponent wants to do if they found a land or not. Another Void Walker. We can deal with that. Plays a card into play tapped. We got our land, thankfully. I'm going to play the Blood Moon. It's a little bit scary here with a Thoughtseize and do something, but these cards aren't like the strongest of cards. Flame Slash is probably going to hit Mr. Kiki over here. I wouldn't mind hitting a Grief and or a Fury with this, but can't totally choose what we're going to hit here. I just don't want them repeating things with Kiki. Yeah, let's Flame Slash pass turn. Sucks a little bit, but I'm not gonna deal with them copying like their own Seasoned Pyromancer or something like that. That's just gonna be a disaster. A Fury here would be rough. Torok's an interesting one. I can kill Torok. I can kill Torok. And we will. Cool. Alright, Fable's probably being played. Land drop's fine here. I don't need a second Blood Moon. That will be something we pitch. Extra cards coming soon. Okay. We're in an okay spot, up a game, going for that 3-2. We do have a Void Walker we've got to deal with. There's a few things in exile, but nothing like detrimental to us. Opponent plays a Fury, gets rid of this. We're definitely looking for our own Fury or a removal to get rid of Fury. If we don't, Fury's going to take over the game. Got a couple draws to look for it, though. Let's find it. Oh, check it out. Check it out, Fury. All right, ditch the Blood Moon, find a land. We do. Hard cast. And I have to assume I'm supposed to kill the Fury here. It kind of sucks because if they kill my Fury, the Voidwalker can get the Fury. But I can't imagine like letting them untap and having the Feign Deaths on their Furies, or even just beginning to attack with the Fury is a great idea. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. Obviously my opponent's good. They've got an extra Fury here. No worries for them. 3, I'm going to 8. We need now another probably Fury here. We are going to have a blocker. Thanks, Kiki. Den is not it. Player Den pass turn block. The other thing is they could just tap this, kill this, swing 6, bolt me. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Feign Death, the Voidwalker going to kill this attack, and then they have Voidwalker that I have to kill and a Fury. I need 2 spells. I don't have them. Seasoned Pyromancer maybe gives me 1 extra look there, but let's be honest. It's not happening. All right, here we go. For all the marbles here, a 3-2 start into the Magic season of this community comeback. Can we do it, or are we just a little too rusty? We've seen some familiar faces and we've seen some new faces. Let's get a 3-2. Come on. We're on the play. We're on the play. What would be interesting is to look back on this league and see how many on the plays were won versus on the draws. All right, Obosh declared. We have a 1-lander. I'm going to have to mulligan this one. It's not even a red land. We have a 3-lander plus Blood Moon. I think I keep this one. I will actually... I kind of want to keep this Relic. I'm going to get rid of Bone Crusher Giant. I technically have the Spike Field Hazard here. The Relic's going to stop some versions of an immediate Grief or Fury, which is what we're a bit weak to, because we don't have that Bolt. We don't... I guess I could have left Spike Field Hazard open. Maybe if I can, I'll hang on to Spike Field Hazard. All right. The universe answers our call. We can hold on to this card. Blood Moon's looking good. A little worried about a Ragavan after I Blood Moon. So if my opponent would Ragavan for me, it'd be great. All right. I'm just going to jam the Blood Moon. I'm going to jam it because now there won't be anything coming from the graveyard and I can cantrip the Relic. I just need to avoid a Monkey here, and I think we have a good shot. Monkey here gives them black mana, and that black mana could turn into something. My opponent just has the Swamp, though. No fetch necessary. Fable, but we can get rid of said Fable. Okay. We're doing okay. Fury is probably our biggest worry now. Well, they get to take something. Do they just take Bone Crusher Giant because it kills the Goblin? And they need the black mana? This is a very interesting grief here. Take Seasoned Pyromancer. Interesting. Okay. Land drop. We'll just kill this right now. Pass turn. Spikefield Hazard available. Seasoned Pyromancer available. A little bit worried about when Kiki flips. Opponent's going to get to look at 2 new cards if they don't like the cards that are currently in their hand. Which is probably likely. Yep, 2 lands. Easy pitches there. We do have Obosh, but they have a Swamp. Here comes the Monkey. This is going to be fun. We'll let the Monkey attack Spikefield. If they try to save Monkey here, it doesn't happen. Bummer. I kind of wanted them to try to save it. Do I draw here? I'm going to say no. Because I do have this Seasoned Pyromancer. extra relic. Play relic, play Bone Crusher, pass turn. We have 2 relics to control their graveyard. Kiki flipping here. What do you have? What do you have, opponent? Seasoned Pyromancer's a good one. Seasoned Pyromancer's a good one. Feign Death and Grief go to the yard. Extra Swamp Blade. Oh boy. We were threatening this Kiki Seasoned Pyromancer shenanigans. My opponent is now threatening that. That is not going to do it. Let's draw a card. That'll stop it. Let's go ahead and hit Kiki. Woo! Dodged. And we have the relic to take care of it if they try to save it, which I don't think they can here. How does this work? Do I have a delay here at any point? Or does it immediately come back? I was going to say, no. Fury's a good pickup. Fury's a good pickup. I can clear the board some. We got 1 card on my opponent's side. I'm going to not attack. I don't need to lose Bone Crusher because I have the Fury. Shieldred. Oh my gosh. All right. Of course, it's a little big, but I can get an Obosh. Okay. Let's put Obosh to hand. Obosh to hand, pass turn. Right? I have to pass turn here. Play Obosh, pitch Fury to kill Shieldred. Nah, I've got a little bit of time here. I got time. 2 cards for my opponent. Okay, I don't have a lot of time anymore. I don't have a lot of time. All right, so that's dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I go to 10. I go to 8. I need a land here. I hit a relic. My gosh, I hit a relic and I have the problem where if I draw, I take more damage. Oh my gosh. I can't hardcast Fury. I can kill their Fury. I then take 4, 5, 6. Shieldred 2 elementals because I can Bone Crusher the Pyromancer. I think we're dead. I think it's just gonna be a 2-3 start, and we'll have to claw back and get our groove with playing Magic Online. But it's not a bad first league. Do I see anything to get me out of this? I don't think so. Pitch Fury, do that. Would Relic find anything? Another Fury? Then I could kill the Shieldred. I find a Bolt. Does that change anything? No, because I need 1 more mana to do anything. I can kill the entire side here. I could Bolt, and then I'm still left with 4. Pitch, 3, 1, Bolt. That's only 4. Doesn't kill Shieldred. Pitch, 3, 1. Kill here. I take 6, 5. Draw, I die. I'm dead. I'm dead. 2-3 here with a little bit of the Obosh red list. We'll iron out some of those difficulties with the list. We'll play some other variety lists now that we're starting to see what the meta's done, which it hasn't changed drastically since last time we were here. and we'll get some more content. So while this is a loss league, I'm sure there will be some win leagues in our future. Thank you all for joining us, supporting, and as always, hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you are so kind and want to come back. And yeah, that was our news. We want to let everyone know from earlier in the introduction. So that's what's going on. You're going to see a little bit more. Obviously, we have a priority to find a job and stuff like that. We'll do that. But in the meantime, let's get a little better at Magic and get some wins on our belt. We'll see you all next time.